This is Janice from Treble Tree Music. I'm a veteran music teacher, sharing some of the things I've learned over the years with other teachers. Hopefully, it makes your year of teaching easier. I know I always wanted new ideas and find ways to organize things and was always looking for different ideas. Today, I want to talk about a product that I just put out on Teachers Pay Teachers, and it's a free template. Yay, some things for free, using some rhythm notation blocks that I discovered on Etsy several years ago, and I really like the way that these are multi-level. It could be kindergarten through fifth or sixth grade. I mostly use them for second through fifth grade. I think the blocks kind of remind me of a Rubik's Cube. You can change them and have different denominations of notes. In my class, I use Kodai at the early ages, and then we start writing rhythms. And then one of the things that's challenging is making sure that we know how to write the music from left to right, evenly spaced across a measure. So I like to use beat boxes, and we talk about how many beats and then how many things can be in each box. So I put together a template. Like I said, that's free. Let's look at the beat boxes, and I'll show you how I organize those. All right, here's a set of 4 beat boxes. And with the kinders in the first, I might just only give them 2 or 1 person each have one. I might do a set of partners having 2 sets. For the older kids, I'll have a bag of 4. I might have 4 people working as a team. And practicing saying the rhythms, then practicing changing the rhythms, creating their own, deciding which one, practicing the other partner's rhythms, and then writing them down. One of the things I like having around is just having ready and available is a beat box template. I met a couple of other teachers years ago that used the idea of beat boxes, and I really like the way it organizes the beats in a measure in an equal way. Beginning writers of music oftentimes will crowd everything into the first box and then leave everything empty. So I like to reinforce that there's a beat in each box. There's dotted lines that show that there's 4. Eventually, we would take those away, and there would be a beat here, and then could be a ta, as in Kodai, and then it could be 2 sounds in a beatbox, and then noticing it would take a TT or however you're using your rhythms. I always have them put their name on it and their teacher name. Then I copy it. I have a double template in that free resource, and then I copy it so one side is up and one side is sideways, so that when they can use both sides. I always hate to use just one piece of paper for nothing or for just a little activity. What I'll do is try to put 2 things on a half sheet. Now, for the older kids, I would be doing second through fifth grade, making sure that it's how many things are in each box and how many, making sure that we have 4 beats. This is a 4 beat template. I also have some other templates that you can use. It's music rhythm writing, and there's several templates that you can get. And this one I'll use for Ks and ones. Where I'll be doing a so me line and using tas and ts on the top. Later on, transferring it to the boxes. They might see this on a daily basis where it's ta, 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 and into an empty space, t, 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 ta, ta. Then I'm putting it into the beat boxes in first grade. And as I get into second and through fourth and fifth grade, I'm taking it out of the beat boxes into the linear and onto the staff. So right in here, second and third graders, mainly third graders and on, are really getting the idea that equal spacing is 4 beats. We've talked about the meter in 4. So those are some ways to use those rhythms, those rhythm notation boxes in the music classroom. Another thing that I do is I put them together in a bag. Let me show you that. You didn't see, but behind the scenes, I was really messing around with the camera, trying to make sure I can get it go up and down. Don't you love technology? Well, I don't know. So one of the things that I do with these rhythmic blocks is I also put a set into a plastic bag. And then I'll put, half a class a set for half a class. So if you've got 30 kids, maybe you have 15 sets. You could even have sets of 2 and put them in a bag. Then what I do is I put the paper that I want them to, I'll have the papers ready to go as well. When they come through the classroom, they can pick one of those up as well. I can even have the extras in the bag. That's another way to do it. Even a couple of pencils in the bag. So that saves time with organization. And then one of the last pieces I put together is trying to make sure that I have all of the bags in a plastic drawer. I have instrument helpers. I have classroom officers that I have. Please get those and pass those out. And one of the other things I like to do is just make sure they pick up things on the way in and on the way out so that we can get as many things into the activity of the music lesson. Try something new. It takes a little bit of time to set it up, but it's really, really well worth it. It's also something I use on a non-tech, no internet day for in the classroom. And also I use it for music stations. You just have to make sure all of the instructions are really clear. I hope you find this a helpful tool in your music classroom.